Welcome to Lifestyles with Terry Lynn. Today I'm going to begin an extensive study on the Bohemian lifestyle. This is a lifestyle that I embrace dearly. It is a lifestyle that is all about art and nature and writing and music and just studying and learning, and very non-materialistic, very non-conformist, very authentic for embracing being an individual or being in a community with people and producing your own, like homesteading, like producing your own, growing your own food, your flowers, your herbs, embracing nature, loving nature, displaying the jewelry that you wear. It involves so many things. It began after the French Revolution. A group of people, artists and writers, formed a special movement, and they started this in Paris back in the 18th century, like I said, after the French Revolution. And so it became a big thing to live in Paris and to study art, whether you're a painter or whether you're a writer or playing just on the street, just playing music. I think they call it busking. Yes. It's just being about who you are, an expression from your heart, an expression and expressing yourself in a free form way instead of conforming to the establishment and what they tell you to do. It's more or less, it's really an amazing lifestyle, and I've been fascinated with it for a very long time now. Now, the Bohemians live by 4 core values: truth, beauty, freedom, and love. We're going to talk about those core values, and I'm also going to show you some pictures that give you an idea of what the Bohemian lifestyle is about. So that is on Pixabay. They have free copyright-free photos and images that you can use for your website and your channel, like your YouTube channel. So this will be great illustrations about the Bohemian lifestyle. And if you feel that you have that in you, you feel like you're an artist or a writer, or you just enjoy being creative, then you have a little Bohemian in you. And of course, Bohemia is a region in Europe. And I guess years ago, they thought that the gypsies came from that place, but the gypsies actually came from India. But the gypsies also lived a lifestyle that was very similar to the Bohemian lifestyle. And the hippies did too, but that was more of a political movement, you know. But yeah, I can see it where they did, because I grew up during the 70s, the late 60s and the 70s, and I could see that people were free-loving back then, and it was all peace, brother, peace, sister, and just getting along with one another and respecting one another and each other's rights, and not judging people, non-judgmental. Bohemians are non-judgmental people that are real to themselves, are authentic, and they don't care about being about like anyone. They don't conform to one way just because everyone else is doing it. You know, it's what's in their mind, their heart, their spirit, how they want to live and embrace their life. And it's a spiritual thing also. Many of them actually believe in God, and they may even be Christians and Mormons even, and they embrace Mother Nature, and they know that someone's looking down on them in most cases. There may be some that are atheists, but they do not like for people to tell them what to do, and I never did either. And they like to kind of live their own life the way they see fit. And it's usually in an artistic way, maybe through poetry, writing, or drawing, or even inventing something. Inventors have the Bohemian lifestyle too. So, but it's usually very non-materialistic. They don't necessarily care how they dress, and they like to be comfortable. You know, some of them do like to dress up and express themselves and show beautiful clothes that they made. You know, maybe the women like to wear a lot of dresses with flower patterns, and they would, have beautiful hair. They would have it just free flowing, just let their hair down, and they might have little bandanas in their hair or have jewelry on that they made themselves. So it's a freedom of expression is what it is, the Bohemian lifestyle. I'm going to talk more about that. I'm going to show you some pictures also. So we'll continue this and see how it goes. Those photos gave you an idea of Bohemian art it is a freedom of expression. It can be very colorful, it can be very natural looking, but yet free flowing and like spiritual almost. It comes out that way. And I really enjoy Bohemian art and the jewelry they make and the paintings, the sculptures, all of that. And Vincent van Gogh, that Gogh, not Gogh, Gogh, Vincent van Gogh. That is the way the Dutch pronounce his name. Now, I know Vincent was correct. I believe it's Van Gogh. They don't pronounce the G. So he was a Bohemian. He embraced the Bohemian lifestyle. And he did have depression, severe depression, but he was an amazing artist. And the last photo you saw was his portrait, one of his most famous portraits. So we'll be talking about him a lot because he's a great example of a person living the Bohemian lifestyle. It's someone that doesn't fit in with the establishment. And they really cannot excel in the normal sense like most people do. I'm sure if you've watched a previous video from back in the summer, he definitely had to have been a squiggle personality and an individual and who expressed himself through art. And he didn't excel at anything but art. So Bohemians are interesting people. They certainly are. Whether they're from the Romana people, I believe that's how you pronounce them. They came from India and migrated through Europe. Many of them came over to America. And they call them gypsies, but they're from the Romana people. And I've heard it pronounced many different ways. Romanis, Romana. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I hope that was one of those ways that I pronounced it was correct. And there's a lot we can learn from Bohemian lifestyle. And we'll be talking more about it. So that gave you an example. And I did put some music in there. And I hope you enjoyed it. And the next time we talk about it, we'll be talking more about Vincent van Gogh. Because he's an example of a person that had the Bohemian mindset, the squiggle personality, I believe. And very in tune with nature, very in tune. Even though he had some issues with depression and alcohol, he still, the part of him, and because he didn't fit in with other people, he was a misfit. He probably drank. He probably drank to cover up, just being different, period, because you feel lonely if you don't connect with people that are living a way that you just don't understand or you don't want to be like them. You want to be your own person. And so being a misfit sometimes, it makes you depressed. It really does. And if you're an introvert, if you're a squiggle outgoing person, then you can make it. You can be happier, I believe, and fit in with the world more and be more successful financially. But when you're an introverted misfit or squiggle, then it's not easy. And you become lonely. And sometimes you just go into your own world and you just don't seem to be able to fit in with the everyday life of keeping a full-time job or taking on responsibilities. It's hard to do that. Your mind wanders and you want to get into your creative juices flow. What I'm trying to say. And when that happens, it takes you to another place and it's hard for you to focus on real life. So balancing everything out is something a person who is of the Bohemian lifestyle mindset is something that is challenging because they want to put everything into their art and being creative. And so YouTube can do that to you. It can overwhelm you. It can obsess you, possess you. You want to put out videos right and left. YouTube is a creative outlet, but it can become too much. And you really have to balance out your personal life, your job, your home life responsibilities, along with making YouTube videos and creating content. So that being said, that's enough for today. We're going to talk more about the Bohemian lifestyle in another video coming up within 2 weeks, I would say. So I hope everyone is okay with who is going to be our new president. And we just need to accept things as they are and not to fret, but to be positive, move forward, and try to get along with one another. God bless each and every one of you. God bless America. I'll see you on the next one.